Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Rachel Wolf, and it's Saturday, August 25th. Well, we do have some great weather outside. Harry Stockman in to tell us the latest on these cooler temperatures we've been seeing throughout the week.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Thank you so much, Harry. Well, here are some of the top stories that we're following this morning. A 16-year-old is dead, and an 18-year-old man is in critical condition after a shooting near a high school in Fairfield. This was around 5 o'clock last night near Armio High School. Students rushed into a school gym for their own protection after it all happened. Police say they received calls about a shooting near that school, and that's about the time the school went into lockdown. They say there was a gun battle between two groups. A 16-year-old boy is dead. An 18-year-old went to the hospital in critical condition. Two other people were involved who ran away, and police say one of them hid inside a home. The other went toward the school and then hid in the gym with several hundred students while that school was on lockdown. They say he tried to blend in, but officers were able to pick him out of the crowd. Police tell us everybody involved has been accounted for, and the school district says they'll have counselors available to talk with students coming up on Monday. Verizon Wireless is feeling the heat for slowing down the data speeds of firefighters during the largest wildfire in California history. CAL FIRE says when crews were battling the Mendocino complex fire, Verizon slowed their internet to a crawl once they reached their data limit. When the Santa Clara County fire crew called Verizon about the problem, a company rep said they needed to upgrade their plan before they'd restore their data speeds. Fire crews say having access to data has become a crucial part of doing their job. This news has state lawmakers now trying to figure out what's next. ABC10's Giacomo Luca reports from the Capitol. We do have more information on this story on our website. That's ABC10.com. The main freeway headed to LAX was shut down for hours yesterday after a tanker crashed into another car and exploded. Wow, look at these images. Both drivers were killed. A big fire burned for hours. Some folks stuck in the backup just ditched their cars and climbed a fence with their luggage to make their flights. Look at that guy. And get this, a food truck was among the stranded vehicles, so workers decided to pull over and serve up half-price food from the side of the freeway. Word spread quickly, and it soon turned into a popular destination for folks looking to make the best of a, well, pretty tough situation. Happening today, about 300 homeless veterans in the area are getting some help. It's an annual event called Sacramento Stand Down, happening at Cal Expo all weekend long. This is the first time it's being held at Cal Expo. Over the course of 3 days, veterans will have access to health care, food banks, transitional housing organizations, and even veterinarian services for their pets. The DMV will be there to help with reprinting ID cards, Social Security, and the VA to help with financial assistance. There are still about 4 weeks left of summer. Labor Day is always a last family holiday to the lake or to the beach. Do your children know how to swim? How safe is your family pool? One Olympic athlete recently lost his child and wants to make sure it doesn't happen to you. Walt Gray reports. That's tough. Good for her, though. Glad she's okay. High school football is back. Last week, national powerhouse De La Salle took down the Folsom Bulldogs, but could Central Catholic do what Folsom could not? You're watching Weekend Mornings on the ABC10 Information Network. All right, back here live in studio with Russ Reyes, Mediterranean Vineyards, and the Fair Play Zinfest. We're talking about Zinfandel, which is wine, of course,
yes,
in this area. So tell us a little bit about this Zinfest. It's going to be next weekend.
It's Labor Day weekend, September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's in Fair Play, California, which is south of El Dorado County. And it's going to be great. 4 wineries involved. Mediterranean is one of them. And we're really excited to kind of have this first event.
So you've brought a little bit of the wines here that we'll be possibly sampling at Zinfest.
Absolutely. So Zinfandel is the focus of the festival. So we've got a Primitivo, which is related to that here from Mediterranean. But the other wineries, there's going to be 14 Zinfandels featured, plus about 30 other wines that we're going to be serving to their guests.
El Dorado County is really blowing up in terms of wine, and people are starting to know it as much as Napa. And is there is Zinfandel a specific grape that grows better up there as opposed to maybe a Pinot or something, a grape used for Pinot?
Right, that's a good question. You know, Zinfandel has been a part of El Dorado County for decades. I think it's just one of those varietals that it's known for. So people kind of expect to have Zinfandel when they come up to El Dorado and, you know, Amador to a certain extent. But El Dorado definitely is featuring Zinfandel more, I think, than some other regions.
Will there be multiple wineries or just your
right.
winery?
So there's Mediterranean Vineyards, Perry Creek, is also part of it, Charles B. Mitchell, and Too Good Estate. So 4 wineries are featuring their best Zinfandels and wines.
And one price to get in, and then you get to taste everything, and then will there be food included in that?
Yeah, that's right. So it's one price, and it's a day-long ticket, and it does include lots of gourmet food, which is going to be everything from St. Louis-style ribs to Mediterranean meatballs, lots of artisan pizzas. So yes, food and music.
Fair Play Zinfest, that's the website, and you can find out more information about that on our website. What's your favorite type of red grape? Is it Zinfandel, or do you like Merlot, or what do you like, Pinot?
That's a good question. I love Zinfandel, so I have to say Zinfandel is one of my favorites. I love Sangiovese, I love Grenache, Barbera. There's some really good wines being made in the foothills. El Dorado's on the forefront, so.
Very good. It's worth the drive. I've done a couple of wine festivals in the last year since we've been here, and it's a great day out, especially if you want to do like a date with your spouse or significant or insignificant other, however you want to look at that. Russ, thanks for coming on the show this morning.
Thanks, Rachel.
All right, I'm going to toss it on over to you, Harry.
Enjoy.
Yeah, just in time for the end of August and back to school. That's what we're talking about coming up. Thanks, Harry. Well, week 1 of high school football is in the books. We had a few games last weekend, but last night was opening night for the rest of the teams here in Northern California. Lena Washington breaks down a busy Friday evening for us. We've got all the social media covered. So joining me live in studio is Alicia Tompkins. She is with 2 Men in a Truck. Thanks for joining us this morning.
No worries, thanks for having me.
Oh, sure. Well, we're talking about moving day. Why? Because Sac State's move-in day was yesterday.
It
so
was, yes.
Moving is at top of mind for lots of folks. And there's a lot that goes into moving. It's my least favorite thing, in having worked in the television industry. We move a lot.
And
So you're here to get us straight, right?
I am, yes.
Yeah.
So here's a couple little tips and everything. So when you're going to college, you're not really thinking too much about safety and everything. You're thinking, oh, I need to get an education. I need
Party.
to exactly. But please bring a first aid kit. This is so invaluable. Like, you don't know, paper cuts, everything. You don't know what's going to happen. So just basic first aid kit has some tweezers in there. You can get a splinter, some wipes and everything, gauze, bandages. It comes in more handy than you think. I wish I had one of these at my home.
Yes. Great for the dorms, and great for if you, like you said, if you cut yourself or you're moving or
Exactly.
stub your toe or something, because things like that can happen. Now, you said pack right and pack tight was another tip as well.
Yes, yes. So you don't have a lot of space in the dorm.
No.
So you need to go ahead and consolidate as much as you can. Anything like this where it's kind of stored and organized will help you. So basically what this does, may I go around?
Sure, go around. Do what you need to do.
So basically what this does is it has little cells inside, and you're able to maneuver those. So you can pack an entire desktop in here for your computer, so it's all in one box.
And
You
it's
can
all
pack your-
organized. It's not just like throwing it in one box.
Exactly, exactly. It has your cords all in one spot. You can put your toiletries in here. You can put pretty much anything you want, and it's all, and you can label it up
And
top.
you can layer it. I think one of the things, and I don't know if you can get this with the camera, is that there's like a partition in here, so you could have another level, and so it's not like, again, a big pile of junk in a box.
Exactly, exactly. There's so many different, and they taper off up here. Like, they get like really small and everything, and they go really wide, and you can maneuver them. You can completely intermatch them and everything, and make them as wide or as small as you need.
So tell us about some of the other things that you do. Mattress bags. I see lots of people just taking their mattress and throwing it in there.
Yes,
But
yes.
bacteria-wise and germ-wise, that's not the best.
Exactly.
You should use one of these.
You should. It helps you so much. Mattresses are expensive nowadays, and especially when you're going to a dorm, you might have to move doors a couple of times. You know, maybe you don't get along with your roommates or something. It's always good just to have this on hand. Plus, also little critters could get in there, so it's just nice to have. I know. It's just nice to have on hand. Keeps it all protected and everything during the course of the move.
Yeah, and also you need to have the right tools, because inevitably you're going to have like a futon or maybe a bed frame or something like you're going to have. This is a little toolkit that you have here.
Exactly. Super small, compact, and it has everything you need. So we come in here and has some scissors, a hammer, measuring tool, so you can actually go in there, measure out your space and everything prior to buying something, because again, dorms are small. It has pliers. Allen wrenches are invaluable. 90% of your beds will require an Allen wrench of some kind. So basically, you want to have everything you can. Screwdrivers with different bits and everything, just so that you are well prepared, so that when you get there, you get that IKEA furniture, and you're sitting there like, I don't know how to put this together. At least you have the tools for it.
You do. And you know what I like is this is about the size of a makeup bag.
Exactly.
You know, so ladies, you have no excuse. Finally, Alicia, really quickly, recycle. You can recycle all of this stuff.
You can. So this can come and break down into, maybe you need something for your bed to make it a little more stiffer. Maybe you need like a partition between you and your roommate, you know, like desk-wise. It happens.
It happens.
So you have to, cut that off and everything. Again, this could double as a makeshift like door holder and everything. This can just kind of sit in your desk. You can also put makeup in there if you want, like if you're traveling, so you have 2-in-1. And then your mattress bag, honestly, you can just kind of keep that on your mattress, put a sheet over it, and you're good to go.
And use it again.
Exactly.
Great tips. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Good to know if you're heading off to college or moving again for maybe that next job. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Weekend Mornings. I'm Rachel Wolf, and it's Saturday, August 25th. Hurricane Lane has been downgraded to tropical storm lane, but it's still bringing catastrophic flooding to Hawaii's Big Island. They've gotten more than 30 inches of rain already, and they're looking at another 20 inches or so. Flash flooding is overtaking roads as the storm's movement slows to a crawl.
It's really bad for us because the longer this storm lingers near the islands, that means the longer we will see impact.
Crews worked into the night to clear debris amidst fear of more landslides. Another concern, brush fires fueled by strong winds. Dozens of people have had to evacuate their homes as the storm closes in. Fires have destroyed or at least damaged 7 homes. Man, Hawaii's had it rough this year. Harry Stockman in the Bonnie backyard. God, they need a little break.
They do.
All right, thank you so much, Harry. As children go back to school, EpiPens are in high demand. They're used during an emergency when a person comes in contact with something they're allergic to. But now a national shortage of the drug is leaving parents concerned and scrambling. ABC10's Liz Kreutz spoke to one Sacramento mom affected by this shortage. That was Liz Kreutz reporting. The extension of the expiration dates does not apply to EpiPen Jr. or its authorized generic version. And if you're wondering what you should do if you can't find an EpiPen, we have this article on our website with some tips. One option is to check with your pharmacist about getting another provider. The EpiPen is the largest provider of the injection system, but there are others out there. Senator John McCain will stop receiving treatment for brain cancer. His family made that announcement yesterday. Last summer, McCain said he had been diagnosed with an aggressive form of brain cancer, and the prognosis was serious. In a statement, his family says, quote, "With his usual strength of will, he has now chosen to discontinue medical treatment. Our family is immensely grateful for the support and kindness of all of his caregivers over the last year and for the continuing outpouring of concern and affection from John's many friends and associates and the many thousands of folks who are keeping him in their prayers. God bless and thank you all," end quote. Robin Leach, the host of the 1980s TV show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, has died in Las Vegas. Leach used to get excited talking about yachts and mansions and private jets in his English accent. There, I just slipped into it. On that syndicated show that ran for a decade. It was a big show back in the 80s. If you've ever seen it, you probably memorized his signature catchphrase, champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Okay, that's a horrible English accent, but he was really good. Leach had a stroke back in November that led to a months-long recovery. He was 76 years young. The air quality in Seattle was really bad all week. Then on Thursday, it got a little bit better, but now it's back to unhealthy levels again. Wildfires in eastern Washington and Canada are still burning, so people in the Pacific Northwest are going to keep seeing smoke for a while. Humans are not the only ones who can suffer serious health effects from wildfire smoke. Mishka the sea otter was diagnosed with asthma due to bad air quality a few years ago. She gained a lot of fame for her new talent, using an inhaler. Allison Morrow stopped by the Seattle Aquarium to see how she's doing today.
Just means extra clams.
And who doesn't like a few extra clams, right? He is 94 years old and one of a local Little League team's biggest fans. Why their recent success meant so much to Harold Peters. And 39 years ago today, easy for me to say, right? The #1 song in America was My Sharona by the Knack. Ed Fralick with Brass Tab joining us live in studio right now. We're talking about National Dog Day.
Yes.
And Yappy Hour. That's all I got for puns right now. But it's a good time. If you are a dog person, you can go to the Brass Tap and you're a franchisee.
That's correct. There's 2 of us in California. There's one in Vacaville and we're in Rockland. Sierra College, right sandwiched between SunPower and the movie Studio Grill. And we have Yappy Days coming tomorrow, where we invite everybody to bring their dogs in. We have a beautiful patio where you can enjoy a beverage. We have 48 custom beers on tap. We have custom wines, all in the pool bar. But even better yet, we have root beer floats for kids. The old-fashioned root beer with actual root
That was
beer.
a big treat. That was what my dad used to always treat me and my sister if we got good grades. A big root beer float. So I'm a fan.
Yeah. We have lots of great food there, and it's going to be fun because what we're doing Yappy Days, the dogs come in. We have some swag from Sam Adams we're giving away. And with that, the money that comes in on Sam Adams beer, people consume. We have a good time. That then goes to the Placer SPCA. We have several dogs as well. One of them, his name is Sammy. He came from the fires, and he'll be there to be adopted as well. We hope somebody will take him that day.
Oh, that's nice that you're going to have an adoption event at your Yappy Hour. Do you do Yappy Hour more often than not? Not just in conjunction with tomorrow, but...
Well, it's really not called Yappy Hour. It comes from Sam Adams,
Right.
but it's a promotion from them. But we do have a patio where we have dogs in all the time.
You're dog friendly.
We're dog friendly, yes. And it's a custom beer bar, really, is what it is. But it's more family orientated than just a bar.
Okay, so here's a question. Do dogs drink the beer?
Some of them do, actually. We actually have a little brewery, and most of the brass taps don't. We chose to have a brewery. So we actually do where it's called 5150, which is a different call for the police. But it's our address, 5150 Commons Drive. And so we have a 5150 brewery, we have a brewmaster, and we right now have a hazy IPA on just been tapped. So
Okay.
it's great.
There's a little graphic up on screen talking about when this is going to be. So tomorrow it begins at 11?
Begins at 11 tomorrow.
It goes till...
So probably 11, whenever people
Ooh,
are
till
done.
they shut it down. That's
Till
right.
they shut it down, exactly.
All right, yeah, you don't want drunk dogs. That would be bad. I'm sure it's happened for... You got to have a little some snack or treat for the puppies, though, right?
We have the water dishes, obviously, always there, so they can
Only
have their
water, not wine. All right, or beer. All
That's
right. So, Harry, if you have a little cute friend...
And there's your forecast.
Now, if we could just get a few drops of rain, that'd be great. The A's have been red hot for about 2 months now, but coming into last night's game, they had lost 2 in a row. In Minnesota, taking on the Twins, 8th inning, A's up 2-1 rather. Matt Chapman at the dish. He goes opposite field for the 3-run homer. There you go. Chapman's 18th home run of the season. Oakland goes on to win that one 7-1. The Mariners and the Astros also won, so no change in the race for the AL West. How about other Bay Area teams now? Giants hosting the Texas Rangers. They had a big lead but found themselves in extra innings. Bases loaded for the Rangers, and Giants pitcher Sam Dyson walks in a run. There you go. That ended up being the game winner right there. Rangers win 7-6. Giants have dropped 3 of their last 4. The bad news doesn't stop there for Giants fans. Buster Posey says he will have hip surgery on Monday, and he'll be out 6 to 8 months. The 6-time All-Star recently got a cortisone injection, but he'd been discussing the possibility of surgery with his team. There's a good chance the Giants will be without their catcher on opening day of next year. Not good news there. The minor league affiliate of the Sacramento Kings have settled into their new home of Stockton. They're already finalizing their roster as NBA training camp approaches. The Stockton Kings have roster spots available, and like every other team in the NBA G League, they are holding open tryouts. That's right. If you're a weekend warrior or someone who thinks they have what it takes to be a professional basketball player, Stockton Kings are giving you a chance to make the team.
Well, I mean, we had 2 players last year that were local tryout level players that were designated as local tryout players for us. And they started games for us and contributed as we made a push to the playoffs and got into playoffs. And so 2 of our 10 on the roster. And so it's an opportunity for us to be open-minded and find a creative way to increase our player pool from which we can select our team.
Gives those backyard ballers a little hope. So here are the details. This weekend in Sacramento, next weekend in Stockton, both taking place on Saturday and Sunday. A total of 4 open player tryouts. More information on our website. That's ABC10.com. It could happen. It could happen, right? We were all pushing for Rockland's Tri-City Little League All-Stars to make it all the way to the World Series. But for one of their biggest fans who turns 94 years young next month, the local team's run in the regionals meant everything. ABC 10's Lena Washington has his story. Don't forget to watch the Little League World Series right here on ABC 10. This morning it's Japan versus Asia Pacific, then Hawaii versus the Southwest Region champs, and tomorrow at noon the winners will meet in the championship. Again, that's all right here on ABC 10. A Chicago-style hot dog comes with a lot of stuff on it. Now imagine how much stuff you'd have to put on a hot dog that's 40 feet long. We're talking about a 44-foot-long hot dog in Chicago. Because if you're going to have a hot dog, it's going to be in either Chicago or New York. This is the hot dog right there. It's got,
oh my gosh.
It's made by Mariano's. Let's give them a little plug, even though I don't think we have a Mariano's here. But yeah, it's got onions, peppers, relish, and tomatoes, and there was one other thing I can't remember.
Wow.
What is it?
It looks great.
Oh, celery salt. But one thing that they don't have, you see, mustard, is no ketchup, because they don't do ketchup in
They
Chicago.
don't? Oh, wow.
No, they don't do that there.
It looks really good. I've
It
never
does.
had a hot dog quite
I
like
love
that.
hot dogs. Like when you go to the
Yeah, me too.
ballpark, that's like rite of
We're
passage.
not real big on hot dogs out here on the West Coast, but
We'll see you back
looks
and talk
good.
more about weather later.